Omen is one of those characters in Valorant that just feel like, what the hell happened? Early in the game's life, he was considered one of the best agents in the game, most notably being able to smoke down sites efficiently. However, as more agents started to get buffed and added to his class, being the controller class, things started to go downhill. He is now thought of as one of the most underpowered agents in its class and the game as a whole. In the 2021 VCT Champions alone, he only got a 2% pick rate throughout the whole tournament. So in this video, I will break down how Omen went forgotten in casual and pro play. He still sees somewhat decent play in casual, but not as decent play in pro, especially with that 2% pick rate. But this is also how Riot Games can possibly fix him and make him remembered again. Well, at least my ideas on how to. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you guys that I'm actually an Omen main myself, so I'm basically making a video on how to fix my main agent. Most of you guys probably already know from my 2 previous Valorant videos because I always pick him, but I'll just tell you now. Again, this video idea came to me when I started thinking about changing my main due to the feeling of limitation I feel while playing him. I just wanted to get that said real quick. Now also, I won't be breaking down Omen's in-game abilities in depth today. If you want a kit breakdown, you can probably find many other that are better than what I could ever do. With that out of the way, let's see how he fell out of the game's meta. There are of course many reasons that Omen isn't played much anymore. The first one being the addition of Astra in early 2021. Which was also during patch 2.04. She just seemed and still seems like a better Omen, who can do everything Omen can do but more, and just is a better agent in general. This agent addition really made Omen an unnecessary pick, when Astra can just do everything he can do more effectively. Astra took what was most important about Omen's kit, his smokes, and improved them, having a faster spawning time, having no range to where you can place them in the map, and the ability to have a maximum of 5 smokes per round with Astra's star mechanics. All of this just made Omen really not special anymore, since sure, he was easier to play, but Astra was still more effective in every other aspect, including kits and maps. Now, another reason why Omen doesn't see much play anymore is because of the buff Viper received, also in early 2021. Viper used to be considered one of the worst agents in Valorant.
I gotta put her at sea, man.
But with the buffs she got throughout various patches at the beginning of 2021, one including that her ultimate ability doesn't damage teammates anymore, she found a spot in the meta and is a must pick on maps such as Mind. This didn't really directly target to kill Omen, but it still somehow helped him fall out of the meta. Omen doesn't see much play anymore due to the various nerfs he got throughout the game's history as well. A big one being the nerfs given to him by patch 3.0. This patch made the price of his shrouded step increase from 100 credits to 150 credits in-game. And sure, it reduced the price of his blind from 400 credits to 300 credits, but the biggest nerf for sure was that he isn't granted 2 free smokes at the beginning of each round anymore. Instead, you must buy a second smoke for an additional 100 credits. The cooldown time on placing each smoke also got nerfed, with the time increasing from 35 seconds to 40 seconds. Personally, this nerf caused many changes to how I play him in the first round, since I cannot smoke down 2 choke points on a site anymore in round 1. So this buff contributed to his fall, I think, as well. Even though there are still many more factors that pushed Omen out of the meta, I will only say one last one, which is just that he seems too balanced to be true. Have you ever heard any Valorant player saying that Omen is broken? Yeah, I thought so. He is so perfectly balanced that it is too good to be true for the developers, but no huge reason to play him anymore for the players. For example, his smokes are good, but they take a long time to summon, you only have 1 free smoke each round, etc. His blind is good, but it can easily blind teammates near you. In my opinion though, Omen's only sort of below average abilities are his shrouded step and his ultimate ability. Those abilities need some changes to be used more effectively. Which brings us here. How can Riot Games possibly fix him? By this, I mean changing and buffing his abilities, reworking some others, etc. First of all, let's talk about all of his abilities and how they can each be better so that he can enter the meta again. First of all, his signature ability, also known as Dark Cover. Also known, again, as his smoke ability, which summons a long-lasting shadow spear at the marked location it is placed. This ability is good and was once considered the best smoke ability in the game. However, the addition of Astra made Omen smokes just meh. So a way it can be better in my opinion is to remove all of the nerfs he got from patch 3.0 except the shrouded step 1. You'll see in a minute. This means that he will get granted 2 smokes automatically every round. Another way to make them better is to give them infinite map range and almost instant summoning time, just like Astra's. This can make Omen smokes completely on par with Astra's, and people will find a reason to play Omen again for smoking. Some of you may be thinking this smoke would just be an Astra ripoff, but come on, he needs better smokes to compete anyways, and he doesn't have to place a star before smoking off his site anyways, so I guess that's something different enough for you. Next, let's talk about Omen's blind, known as Paranoia. According to the VALORANT wiki, fire to throw it forward, briefly reducing the vision range and deafening all players it touches. This projectile can pass through walls. This ability is fairly strong, but it has one big downside. It blinds your teammates as well. Not too long ago, some Omen buffs got leaked, and they were said to make it so that his blind doesn't blind allies, and so his ultimate blinds anyone near him when he teleports. Sadly though, these buffs got cancelled. So, an easy way to make this already strong ability stronger is to make the cancelled buff real, and no allies will get blinded during the process of firing it. Now, his shrouded step. This ability, in simple words, lets Omen teleport a short distance by firing it on the marked location. In theory, this ability sounds OP, but the thing is that it isn't. There is barely any use for it unless you want to teleport somewhere pre-round to camp. But the enemy next round will just be aware of that spot as well if they see your camping spot prior. So, to buff this, I have a weird idea. There will be 2 modes to it. If you press the key binded to the ability, it automatically teleports you to the spot your crosshair is pointing at. If you hold the key binded to the ability, it will show an option to use it like a normal shrouded step, and you would be able to place it anywhere. But the teleport time will be instant like a chamber rendezvous, not a Euro gatecrash, because we don't talk about. So the reason for these buffs in my opinion is so that you can use it tactically as well as a get out of free jail card, just like many duelists, including Jet and we won't talk about Euro. Adding the get out of free jail card option will make it less pointless to buy it each round. And this is also why I think it should stay at 150 creds or 200 creds, because it would kind of end up as a double-sided ability, meaning a ability you can use in 2 ways if these buffs were ever implemented. But if you guys have any other ideas how to work out this 2-mode ability, please let me know in the comment section below. Finally, let's talk about his ultimate ability, From the Shadows. The VALORANT wiki states this ability as the following. Equip a tactical map. Fire to begin teleporting to the selected location. While teleporting, Omen will appear as a shade that can be destroyed by an enemy to cancel his teleport, or press equip for Omen to cancel his teleport. So just like his shrouded step, it sounds OP in theory, but again, it isn't. I even found less use for it than his shrouded step, mainly because it's an ultimate and you cannot use it every round. First, the good things about it is that you can rotate quickly with it, you can pick up the spike with it, but that's like it. There are barely any places to tactically teleport it, since the enemy can hear you and can just kill you, making you think you're an Iron 1 noob. When I know you aren't, be optimistic. However, remember when I was talking about Paranoia and the cancelled Omen buffs? The other buff was to make it so when he teleported somewhere with his ultimate, it blinds enemies near the marked location. This is exactly what this ultimate ability needs. And it will make it less feel like you're stuck trying to teleport to spots where the enemies aren't, because now they will get blinded and you can kill them easily. So these are all of my thoughts on why Omen isn't picked up much anymore in the game, and how Riot can possibly buff him. But the thing is that all of these ideas are coming from in current Iron 3. So if you guys have any more sense of the game and have more buff ideas, theories of why it fell out of the meta, etc., feel free to share them in the comment section. Now it's plug time. Follow my Twitch, I try to stream every Saturday when I can. Also follow my Instagram, Twitter, and of course leave a subscription to my YouTube channel. Liking and sharing the video as well would be greatly appreciated. And with that said, I guess I'm gonna hit stop recording. Bye.